Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta What Ifs. Today, I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Was a Reincarnation of a God? And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted story. Now, before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to Raven Redzilla for suggesting this idea. It is kind of a unique plot and something that is quite interesting. So, yeah. Shout out to him for suggesting this idea, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And 2 hours after this video is, well, live, the poll will go live on this channel as well as on the Apollo Uchiha channel on the same time. And the story with the most votes on both channels will be pitted against one another, and from those two stories, one will be selected. And I will begin working on that shortly after the polls are up. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and like this story as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in the divine realm, where we see Kami, Yami, and Shinigami. The three goddesses were seated together, and they were witnessing their own domain, the domain in which they have sent one child of prophecy to save multiple realities over and over again. And they have been checking archives of such of the realities that have been saved and that could not be saved. As during this cleanup, they found one specific reality that was downright atrocious and disgusting. As now we see the three goddesses begin to witness, if they did send the child of prophecy there, what will happen? And the outcome was downright disgusting. They will not only use and abuse him, but outright kill him, after betraying him again and again and again. As even Kami, Yami, and Shinigami, after seeing this, were brought to tears. How could one soul endure so much? And seeing as it is, Yami became enraged, since he was the goddess of revenge and whatnot. I cannot stand this. This universe, it shouldn't even exist. We can't just erase a timeline. There is always a bad fish in the pond. Remember that, Yami. Even if it is, I don't want such a thing to exist, not under our domain. We can't decide on such things as it is. We have to preserve this one as well. Maybe there is a way to salvage. How can we find a way to salvage such a disgusting universe? Have you not seen? Even his parents, even if we try to keep them alive, and not only that, even if we give him siblings, even if we give him everything we gave the others to at least have a reason to stop the destruction of the reality, they will just kill him. Kill him before he is even able to fulfill his purpose, and then they will just bring him back and use him again only to kill him again. By saying that he is just a tool to them. No one should have to go through that. They basically will use him and abuse him as a slave. Then this leaves us with only one option. Yami, Shinigami, said Kami. We have to go towards our husband. The one who is watching over. The one who created all these domains that we are watching over. As both of the other goddesses look towards one another. Yes. I don't know how he will react after he finds out who the child of prophecy is, though. I'm gonna say it was your two's idea, said Yami. Enough. We have to go now. As now we see, the three of the goddesses left and disappeared and arrived in a plane that was quite different from this one. As a castle was floating, as huge amount of clocks were floating nearby it, and there were stars and Milky Ways across the surroundings. As within that castle front door, we see three goddesses appeared and knocked gently, as a woman with long orange hair then arrived with slits in her eyes. Ah, Kami-sama, Yami-sama, and Shinigami-sama. Finally, you are home. Ah, it's nice to meet you as well, Kurumi. Where is our husband? He is within his study, as usual, just loitering away. As the three of them made their ways towards the study where the one god of time resided, the one who created the whole concept of the multiverse and universe. As now we see, the three of them entered the library. Come in, said a voice after they knocked. As soon as they entered, there he was, standing in his whole glory. Naruto, the god of time himself. As the three of them arrived near him, as they all felt shy and could not speak, until Naruto noticed. What is it? Come on, tell me. You guys know that you can't hide anything from me, right? Yes, I. We, Kami said as she was beginning to feel breathless again because she knew their secret was out. Seriously, making your child a prophecy, a carbon copy of my image. Quite interesting. Really interesting, actually. Really now, said Kurumi, the goddess of seduction as well as of nine-tailed fox and fertility, as she was acting as a maid servant, as well as another wife of Naruto, the god of time. As now we see, the three of the goddesses blushed and looked down. Don't judge us, okay? We brought it on a whim, okay? Fine, I won't. Just calm down. What has gotten you so worked up that you have to come all the way here with your own fetish? As they blushed again, but this time Shinigami then spoke, hiding her blush as much as she could while trying to remain serious. Well, this universe in particular, this timeline, it's beyond disgusting. Just see for yourself. There's no need to show me, I have already witnessed it. That is quite disappointing. And because of Konoha's arrogance, many other will die. But such is life. And such is time. Because time doesn't stop for anyone. It is the most cruelest and beautiful thing in the whole existence of the universe. But you have to do something. Many of the people out there will die. We don't want that to happen. Please. How can I deny when my beautiful wives are requesting me with such, well, big eyes? Alright, I myself will go there and see for myself what I can do. Wait, what? As the others, all of them, looked towards Naruto with shocked-filled eyes. What do you mean, my lord? Said Kurumi. Then who will watch over here? Of course you, Kurumi. Now that you say about that, how about you split your essence and come with me there as that world's Kurama? We can replace him with you. Is that doable, right? Of course it is. Then we will go there. But why you two? Said Yami. Aw, someone's getting jealous. You three know that you three need to watch over the multiverse and all the domains. And I, on the other hand, and Kurumi are the only one who can go. So, end of discussion. We'll be the only ones who will be leaving. But what are you going to do? It's time I live out your fantasies. Live the life you want me to live, as a harsh, hard-headed living knucklehead hero. Let's go and live the life of Naruto Uzumaki. As now we see, Naruto, the god of time, disappeared alongside Kurumi, as both of them replaced the newly born soul of Naruto as well as of Kurama. Kurumi, you here? Of course I am, Naruto-sama. This is the most reckless thing you have ever done. Do you know the consequences of this? Well, these domain, as they say, shouldn't exist. Then why are you here? We could have just erased them. Well, I couldn't just let my wife be disappointed like this now, would I? What kind of husband would I be? Of course it has to be that. And besides, aside from that, I want to have a little bit of fun. I have seen, to be honest, all of their, well, counterparts of mine that they have created as a child of prophecy. And this one has been quite bugging me. How this was created, or why this was created. I need to find the source of it. You mean they didn't create this reality? No, they did not. We need to find out who did, and then erase him. So that he won't challenge their domain. Do you think that there might be a rogue entity? There could be, and that is why we are here, Kurumi-chan. Now, let's see how this goes. Naruto spent his early years as usual. He was kicked out of the family because of his eyes being red, and placed into the orphanage. But no orphanage was taking him in until one blind woman, who didn't have anyone of her own, an old one, decided to raise him. Why? Because she felt pity. Because she was an unwanted one as well. The cursed one, as the whole village called her. And he was the only one she could feel kinship to. As Naruto seeing this was quite saddened. Kurumi, what is the name of this woman? This woman is... Her name is... Utatane. Then why is she trying to raise me? I have seen all of the realities. There was no woman known as Utatane, and no one tried to raise me. Another anomaly, my lord. Of course there is. As now we see, Naruto, at the age of 3 years, being raised by the woman known as Utsane, then did something. He placed both of his hands on her eyes that could no longer see, and cured them. I can see, my boy. Of course you can. As seeing Naruto's features, Naruto looked down. He being the god of time, felt embarrassed. You don't like the eyes, right? No. No, my child, they are wonderful. They are beautiful. As this was a miracle that Naruto performed, but in the eyes of the whole village, it was demonic. It was something entirely else. As Naruto, 1 year passed, at the age of 4, was collecting some wood for both him and his grandma, the woman known as Utatane. But as he returned, he found out that the hut that he resided in was now burning. Grandma, said Naruto, dropping down and dashing inside. My lord, calm down. Your power is seeping out. Those monsters, said Naruto, as literally cracks begin to form as earth began to shake. As earthquake was happening. Calm down, my lord. What happened to Utatane? Grandma. You really have gotten into this role. What happened, Kurumi? Don't try to change the subject. Well, she's moved on to the other life. I see. So she's dead. Yes. As there were tears in the eyes of a god, as he cried for an old woman who was hated by many, but was killed because of him and their hatred for him, increasing Naruto's hatred towards Konoha even more, and they had the gall to smirk while he passed by them, the lone one who attended her funeral. As now we see, time began to pass by, as Naruto, as usual, had to act as a happy-go-lucky child, but after this incident he couldn't. He could not. He needed to find out why this existence even came to be when even Kamiyami and Shinigami did not know who was behind it. As now we see, that is when another anomaly happened. At the age of 6, Naruto came across a wolf. A wolf who saved him from a huge mob that was about to attack him for pranking the whole village. As the next day, the wolf remained there and bonded with Naruto. And as the time passed on, Naruto and the wolf, now known as Kuro, were now connected in the form of a master-servant bond. As time went by, as Naruto grew, he reached at the age of 10, and so did Kuro, becoming tall as Naruto and quite wide. But he too, one day, was killed. Naruto returned from doing some chores, and only to find the body of Kuro, who was injured and was foaming from his mouth. Poison. Somebody. As that is when he noticed that there were some Chunins, Inuzuka clan Chunins, who had done this. As that is when the second time came close that the world was about to end, but that is when Kurumi alone knew she couldn't stop, so she intervened Kami, Yami, and Shinigami, who held back Naruto in order to calm him down. And Kuro has become his servant back at the, castle. They told him, as Naruto calmed himself, knowing that Kuro was waiting there for him. He just needed to get this over with, and fast. They were pushing his buttons, every last one of them. And as the time passed, was becoming more and more enraged. And finally, we have a time skip. Time skip 2. 3 years later, Naruto somehow was able to get into the academy by force, and then he graduated as well by force, and then he went with Team 7 by becoming a part of it on D rank missions, and then on C rank 1, which turned out to be an A1, in which Naruto saved the Land of Waves people from the extortion of Konoha, and not only that, but killed out the Gato and whatnot. And now we see, finally, as soon as they returned, the tuning exams came underway. As Kurumi then warned him, they're gonna come soon, my lord. What are you gonna do? Finally, the time has come for retribution of Konoha. But I'm not gonna let them off so easy. No. The torture that awaits them on the afterlife is something that is their destiny. But in this world, I'm not gonna allow them to die. I'm gonna stop them 1 second before they die and rewind the time again and again and again. My lord, you'll be enough, Kurumi. Remain quiet. As Kurumi knew more than ever, when her lord was this deadly quiet, it was something serious, and he wouldn't listen no matter what anyone would say. She remembered the very last time this happened. The whole heaven was shaken. That is why he was given the title of the God of Time, because he shook and destroyed the time reality in itself and rebuilt it into his own structure. As the tuning exams went underway, they finally appeared in the third section, and as soon as they did, Menma and Mito, his so-called siblings, they jumped in. So is this the demon, who possessed our brother? Well, time to die. As now we see, both Menma and Mito charge towards Naruto, with both Rasengans in their palms, with blinding speeds that was blurs to the others, but Naruto could visibly see them as he looked towards his parents with a smirk on his face. As their eyes widened, as smirks vanished, as in an instant both of their wrists were grabbed, and crack sounds were heard, and then literally tearing sound was heard, as in Naruto's both hands were the arms of both Menma and Mito, as blood was seeping out of the stumps that remained where the arms were, as the both arms were burned down to crisp so that they couldn't even be recovered. Stop the match, said Menma and Kushina. Minato and Kushina, she jumped in. Both of them jumped in. You monster. Monster. No, I'm something much worse. As that is when they witnessed that some markings began to glow from behind Naruto in the form of a seal matrix, until the robes changed. Everything changed, and Naruto in his true form was standing there, his adult form. Who are you? I am Naruto, the God of Time, and you have tried to kill my apparition, my child of prophecy that I sent here to save you all. Nonsense. It was either Menma or Mito. You think I would lie to you, mortal? Of all the people, me, the one who created you all? How can we be so sure that you are the one who created us? We Uchihas are elite. We can't have been created by a known clanless fool like you. Talk too much. As with a snap of his fingers, Sasuke exploded. What have you done? You eradicated him. And soon all of you will ever forget that there was an Uchiha called Sasuke. As soon they all begin to forget. No, what was his name that died? Who was that person? I told you. I am the one God of Time, and the one you shouldn't have messed with. And no matter how hard you try, I already have seen it, Minato, so it's useless. Come out now, Jiraiya, Tsunade. Why are you here, God of Time? You know that God can intervene. Oh, but I can. You see, this world should not have existed in the first place. It's an anomaly in its own right, the most disgusting of the timelines to ever exist. So much so that it was brought to my attention by Kamiyami and Shinigami. And do you know what I did? What? I decided to investigate. There are a few anomalies that have been happening here. Utatane, Kuro. The two people who I call dear to me have been killed by you all, and I am enraged beyond anything, Minato. Please, don't harm us. We were innocent. We did not knew that you were not that demon. Demon? You mean to call my wife demon? What do you mean? Kurumi. As from within Naruto's form, a woman appeared in a yukata with orange hair. Yes, my lord. Take care of them. As that is when, in an instant, the whole arena was cleaved off, as blood splattered everywhere, as the Uzumaki Namikaze family watched in horror the sight that unfolded in front of them. This has to be a nightmare, this has to be a nightmare, said Menma, as he looked down at his hand. My hands. It's a genjutsu. It's a genjutsu. Of course it is not, you silly child. I am the god of time. I just reversed it so that I could do it again. As Naruto yanked his arm out and then repaired it again and again. As he did that twice more, as Menma screamed in agony and pain. And after the bloodbath, we see Minato and Kushina were just standing there, terrified to their core. The fear could not even be determined, as they were standing in front of a being who created them and who was enraged at them and was now in front of them to deliver judgment. As that is when, with a snap of his finger, everything returned back to normal. Where are we? Said Minato and Kushina, as they saw that they were standing in the racks. As they witnessed that Naruto had the same smirk on his face. Stop the match, said Minato as he jumped in. Naruto. Yes, father, said Naruto, as Minato immediately understood that that was not a dream or a genjutsu. They have been just returned to time after that horrific view. We need to speak. The training exams are called off until I speak further. As the people booed, but Menma and Mito, they remembered everything. And so did Kushina. Naruto obviously wanted these four, alongside with Jiraiya and Tsunade, to know who he was. And Sasuke, he too, who was here, was now reminded again. Sasuke-kun, why don't you go and beat Naruto Baka? He's bothering the Hokage. I don't think so, Sakura. That is a good idea. What is happening to you, Sasuke? You're not afraid of some demon, right? No, don't call him that. I apologize, my lord. My liege, please. Don't be mad at me. I am this lowly servant of yours. We'll go away. Said Naruto, spitting on his face. Get away from me, Uchiha. Naruto, are you insane? Said Sakura, before Naruto slapped her across the face, causing her whole neck to twist before the time returned back. What is it, Sakura? Why did you stop yelling at me? My neck, Didn't you? No, what are you speaking about? Nothing. Sasuke knew what he saw as Naruto then said, be on thin ice, boy. You're on very, very thin ice. I'm here to deliver judgment, and you are on my shit list. Congratulations, Sasuke Uchiha. As now we see Naruto was brought to the Hokage office. Alongside him were Menma, Mito, Minato, Kushina, and Jiraiya. As they all bow down, my liege, please, we ask for your forgiveness. We did not knew that. You did not knew what? That I would be here? Look, the reason I brought you here is because I wish to torment all of you more. As they all fell down to their knees, begging and crying. No matter how much you beg and cry, the Naruto that was born from your womb has been taken from this world, because that child we have seen would have suffered very much. In reality, the real Naruto, the one who created the whole multiverse of them, is here. Multiverse. Yes, you see, my wives had that idea of making our universe of their own after I claimed the title of the god of time and creation and of universes. And you know what I did? I accepted their terms, and they created the timelines. And now they needed a hero around which the whole world will revolve. And that hero was an apparition of mine, Naruto Uzumaki Prime. This is the first one The one who went through hardships, claimed the heart of the people, trained by you, Jiraiya of the Sannin, son of the Yellow Flash, the seventh Hokage, and Kami no Shinobi, the one who tamed the Nine Tails and made a bridge to be the friends between the all Bijus and all of the Shinobi world. And not only that, the one who defeated the Ten Tails and the one who sealed away the Kaguya Otsutsuki. As all of them were left baffled, as they witnessed Naruto smiling proudly there while standing there. As time went by, they witnessed other realities, and then they finally witnessed their Naruto who suffered so much. So all this time he was, yes, a boy who had different facial features that resembled the demon. And you know what? The one who comforted him even after in death and all of the sorrows of his? The very same demon that you claim him to be had more compassion than his own family. And seeing this, I could no longer allow myself to sit still. I knew that this anomaly needs to be investigated. But I didn't see any Utatane woman or any Kuro. Even though they were kind to me, I need to find out who this is and why they are doing this. As now we see, Minato and Kushina said, we would help you, my lord, but enough, mortal. Even if I look like your son, I am not your son. Let me make that clear, very, very clear to you, Kushina. I am not someone to be trifled with or messed with. The only reason I brought you back to the time is because I want to extend your suffering until you are doomed for eternity in the hells of damnation. What? Yes, the only thing that is awaiting for you on the other side is hell. On the other side, I need to find out and save this world. At least a few people who are worth saving. Now, me and Kurumi are out of the way. And out of your here, enjoy the very little time you have, because I will be coming back unannounced, taking your all souls. With that being said, Naruto and Kurumi left, and they left on a journeying across the elemental nation to gather around the people who they thought were worth saving, as more than 10,000 worth of civilians, shinobis, 10,000 civilians, and 1,500 shinobis were saved. 1,500 out of millions of them were saved, who were considered to be saved. And then there were those who were, well, salvageable, were also saved. As Nagato, Konan were amongst them. And so was Obito Uchiha, while Kakashi wasn't chosen. Are you sure this is the right way, my lord? You said so yourself that you wish to restart this world. I am giving you that opportunity myself, Obito Uchiha. And I know that you will be the perfect sage for this world because you have seen the pain and the suffering. Make sure that this world doesn't. And if I fail, then unfortunately I will come back to destroy the future generations. I will heed your warning. That is not a warning, Obito. That is the reality of it. And the truth. And with that said, Naruto then arrived back in Konoha. Well, Konoha, as I promised, I am back. Back to continue on with your suffering. As that is when we see all of them were holding hands, as what followed suit was a massacre. A massacre all over again. And this time around, Naruto was joining in as well, as he was having the time of his life, butchering down the Inuzuka clan and their ninkenpops, skinning them alive in front of them, and then making them all squeal in anger and whatnot, and in pain making them beg for mercy. But they were not given anything. The only suffering they got, the only thing they got was their suffering extended, because Naruto rewind the time again and put them through literal hell over and over and over again until his wives intervene. Enough, please. Please let them pass on. Make sure they go to hell, Shinigami, said Naruto in a deeper tone, making it certain that it was finality in his voice. As after that, the rest of the elemental nation with a single swipe of his hand was wiped out. As a few people, 1,115 people that were 50 people that were safe, 500 people that were safe, were away on a newly created island. and they were given the resources, the materials, everything they needed to live there for eternity and grow, as the rest of the elemental nation was wiped out, erased from the map, the very existence, and each and every individual as well, even the Otsuzukis. As every one of them were gone, we see Kami, Yami, and Shinigami who were standing there and said, "It is done, right? Almost is. I have found out the anomaly. It is time you come out, Naruto." As this world Naruto came out, the kid who had suffered. This Naruto had red eyes. As he looked down, wearing his white shirt and blue shorts. I am sorry. I didn't know you were a god, and I did not want to harm you or anything. The only reason I created Utatane was because I always dreamed that there would be someone who would, watch over me. As Naruto seeing this felt sad, so sad that he remembered what he has went through, and he realized that the reason this two anomalies happened was because the sorrow of that boy was so much that he was able to become an anomaly in his own self. And because of that, he was the one who was helping his past self, or this Naruto out, thinking that he might be able to help himself or appease the pain. But even that didn't work. I'm so sorry if I caused you trouble. No, you didn't. Come here. As Naruto watched as the little Naruto came there, as he was shaking and tears in his eyes. "I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me." As enough was said, as tears went down on both Naruto's eyes, as the older one picked him up, "No one will hurt you. Ever again, Naruto Jr., my son." As he looked towards Kamiyami Shinigami with tears in his eyes. "He is my son. Yes, yes, he is, my lord." As after that, Naruto then brought him in. "Forget about that world. From now on, you are my son, and you will be the one who will be living a great and leisurefull life. Naruto Jr., the Prince of Heaven and of Earth and of Hell." As the three thrones then appeared on his head, combining them all together into a single one. As now we see, Naruto then arrived with Naruto Jr. many, many years later, as Naruto Jr. was now a teen to the underworld. And there, in one of the pits of hell, they witnessed his true parents, his siblings, burning in agony, as they stopped and witnessed, in ragged forms, their son, Naruto. "He is not your son any longer. He is my son. Now on with it," said Naruto, as Naruto Jr. averted his eyes because he remembered the pain that he went through. How his mother stabbed him straight through the hands when all he tried to do was just to save his own sister, who was this close to killing him. As Kushina then looked down with tears in her eyes, which she thought had already dried up, as they were given task to continue on their journey of suffering. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.